We know that many problems of physical interest are described by ordinary differential equation or partial differential equation together with initial or boundary values. These type of problems are called initial value problem or boundary value problem or mixed initial boundary value problem. The method of Laplace transformation is used to find solution of these type of problems. The method of Laplace transformation is used to solve linear system of equations. Thus, in module 2 of chapter 7, we shall discuss about how to find solution of a differential equation using Laplace transform. In this module, we shall solve one dimensional heat equation and wave equation using Laplace transformation method. Now, we are going to our slide presentation. First, we shall solve one dimensional heat equation using Laplace transformation method. The heat equation in Cartesian coordinate system is given by del u del t equals to kappa del 2u del x square, where x greater than 0 and t is greater than 0. And we are also looking for the solution which is bounded for x greater equals to 0, and the variable u satisfies the initial condition u x 0 equals to 0, and it satisfies the boundary condition u 0 t equals to some function of t which is equals to f t here. First, we apply Laplace transform to the given equation. That means, we multiply the given equation which is written in the first equation by e to the power minus pt and then integrate over 0 to infinity with respect to t. Then the left hand side can be written as p into u bar minus u at x 0, and the right hand side is equals to kappa d2 u bar dx square, where u bar is the transformed variable or dependent variable. That means, u is transformed to the variable u bar and the independent variable t is transformed to the variable p. Therefore, now u bar is function of x and p only. We also apply Laplace transform to the given boundary condition which is u 0 t equals to f t. So, if we apply Laplace transform to this condition, that will give u bar 0 p equals to some function f bar p, where f bar p is the Laplace transform of f t. Now, our problem becomes, we have to solve an ordinary differential equation which is given by d2 u bar dx square into kappa is equal to p into u bar, and this is a ordinary linear second order differential equation, and we have to solve this equation together with the initial condition u bar 0 p equals to f bar p. Now, the solution of this ordinary differential equation is u bar equals to some constant a into e to the power minus square root p by kappa into x plus b into e to the power plus square root p by kappa into x. Since we are interested to find the bounded solution, we assume the value of the constant capital B as 0. Therefore, the solution becomes u bar xp is equal to a e to the power minus square root p by kappa into x. We also have the boundary condition u bar 0 p equals to a bar. So, if we use this condition to this solution, we obtain the value of a as a bar p. Therefore, the solution becomes u bar xp equals to f bar p into e to the power minus square root p by kappa into x. Let this can be expressed in the form f bar p into g bar p, where g bar function is e to the power minus square root p by kappa into x. Now, we have to apply inverse Laplace transform to find the value of u as function of x and t. Now, to apply inverse transform to u bar, you can notice that u bar is product of two functions. So, to get back u as function of t, we need to apply convolution theorem. So, to apply convolution theorem, we need to know the inverse transformation of f bar as well the inverse transformation of g bar. In this case, the inverse transformation of f bar p is ft, it is known to us, but we need to find inverse transformation of g bar p, where g bar is given by the exponential function, which is written here. But it is not easy to find the inverse transformation of this exponential function. That is why we write g bar in this form p into 1 by p e to the power minus square root p by kappa into x, which is equals to p into h bar p, where h bar p is 1 by p into e to the power minus square root p by kappa into x. We write the equation in this form because the inverse transformation of h bar p can be obtained easily, which is shown here. The inverse transformation of h bar p, which is denoted by ht, is equals to Laplace inverse transformation of 1 by p e to the power minus square root p by kappa into x, and its value is complementary error function with argument x by 2 into square root kappa into t. And we have for Laplace transformation of h dash t is equal to p into h bar p minus h0. Since value of h at t equals to 0 is 0, L of h dash t becomes p into h bar p. Therefore, Laplace inverse transformation of p into h bar p is equal to h dash t, and we have the expression for h t. So, from this expression we can find the value of h dash t, which is written here. Consequently, we can find the value of L inverse g bar p is equal to x by 2t square root pi kappa t e to the power minus x square 4 kappa t, that equals to gt say. Now, if we go back to the expression for u bar, the value of u bar is product of f bar into g bar, where inverse Laplace transformation of f bar and g bar are known to us. Now, we apply convolution theorem to find the value of u, as u is equal to integration 0 to t f tau g t minus tau d tau. and we know the expression for f tau and gt minus tau. So, if we substitute these values, we get the expression which is written here. So, this is our required solution. Now, we are going to find the solution of wave equation using Laplace transform. The physical problem is described by, which is written here. There is a string which is stretched and fixed between 2 points 0 0 and L 0, and initially motion is described by the displacement of the string in the form u is equal to lambda sin pi x by L, and we also assume that the string is released from rest at time t is equal to 0, and we want to find the displacement of any point on the string at any time t. Therefore, displacement will satisfy the wave equation which is written here, del 2u del t square equals to c square del 2u del x square, where 0 less than x less than L and t is greater than 0, and we have also the initial condition u x 0 equals to lambda sin pi x by L, and del u del t at time t equals to 0 is 0. We have also the boundary conditions u 0 t equals to u L t equals to 0. Now, we take Laplace transform of the given equation. So, if we look at the equation, we are taking Laplace transform with respect to the variable t. So, left hand side is equals to p square u bar x p minus p u x 0 minus del u del t at the point x 0, and the right hand side is equals to c square d 2 u bar del d x square, and value of u x 0 is given. Value of u x 0 is lambda sin pi x by L, and value of del u del t is 0. So, if you substitute these values, the first equation can be written in the form d 2 u bar dx square minus p square by c square u bar is equal to minus lambda by c square p sin pi x by L, and this is an ordinary second order differential equation. This is not homogeneous. So, the general solution of this problem is given by u bar equals to complementary function plus particular integral. Now, the complementary function of the homogeneous part is given by a into e to the power px by c plus b into e to the power minus px by c, and particular integral for this equation can be obtained easily, and the expression for a particular integral is lambda p sin pi x by L divided by pi square plus p square plus pi square c square by L square. So, this is the general solution of the inhomogeneous ordinary differential equation, where a and b are arbitrary constants. Now, we have to find the values of a and b using the supplied condition. Now, to find the values of a and b, we need to apply the boundary conditions. From the given boundary condition, we apply Laplace transform to get u bar 0 p equals to 0 and u bar L p equals to 0. If we use the first boundary condition, we obtain a plus b equals to 0, and if we use the second boundary condition, we obtain a e to the power PL by C plus B e to the power minus PL by C equals to 0. Now, if we solve these two equations, that gives the trivial solution A equals to 0 and B equals to 0. Therefore, from the general solution which satisfies the given boundary condition, we get our required solution as u bar equals to lambda p sin pi x by L divided by p square plus pi square c square by L square. Now, to get back the function u or the variable u as function of t, we apply inverse Laplace transform and we obtain the solution as u function of x and t is equal to lambda cos pi c t by L into sin pi x by L. So, in this way we can find the solution of one dimensional wave equation using Laplace transform. In the previous problem, we have considered non-homogeneous initial condition and homogeneous boundary condition. In the present problem, we are solving the same problem, wave equation, but for this case the initial conditions are homogeneous whereas the boundary conditions are non-homogeneous. So, the given equation is del 2u del t square equals to c square del 2u del x square, where x lies between 0 and L, t greater than 0, and the initial condition u x 0 equals to 0 and del u del t at t equals to 0 is 0, and the boundary conditions are u 0 t equals to a sin omega t and u L t equals to 0. So, if you take the Laplace transform of the given equation, we obtain the same equation which is written in the first line of this slide, and if we put the values of u x 0 and del u del t at x 0, we obtain the equation c square d 2 u bar dx square equals to p square u bar, where p is the transformed variable and u bar is the Laplace transform of u. And the solution of this equation can be obtained easily. So, value of u bar is equal to a e to the power px by c plus b e to the power minus px by c. Now, we need to find the values of a and b. So, to find the values of a and b, we need to apply the boundary conditions. So, if we look back the boundary condition, it is given that u at the point x equals to 0, t equals to a sin omega t and u at x equals to L equals to 0. So, if we apply Laplace transform to this condition, the condition becomes u bar 0 p equals to a omega by p square plus omega square and u bar at L p equals to 0. Now, we need to apply these two conditions to the general solution. So, those two boundary conditions give the equation a plus b equals to a omega by p square plus omega square and a e to the power pl by c plus b e to the power minus pl by c equals to 0. And solving these two equations, we can obtain the values of a and b which are written here. Now, if we substitute the values of a and b in the general solution, that means in the expression for u bar, we can get the functional value of u bar or the expression for u bar which is written here, a omega by p square plus omega square sin hyperbolic p into L minus x by c divided by sine hyperbolic PL by C. Now to obtain u as function of x and t, we need to apply inverse Laplace transform. And we know the formula for inverse Laplace transform is u x t equals to 1 divided by 2 pi I integration gamma minus I infinity to gamma plus I infinity e to the power pt into u bar xp dp. So, in this is a contour integration. Now, to evaluate this contour integration, we need to think about the function u bar, and if you look at this function, the function u bar has singularities at the point where p square plus omega square equals to 0, or in other words, it has singularities at the point p equals to plus minus I omega. It also has singularities at the point where sine hyperbolic PL by C equals to 0, and that equation gives the values of P as P equals to plus minus I pi n C by L, where n is a positive integer. Therefore, the function u bar has singularities at this point P is equal to plus minus I omega and P is equal to plus minus I pi n C by L, and all the singularities are simple poles. Therefore, u x t can be written as sum of the residues at these simple poles. So, we have denoted the residues in this form, where R0 plus, R0 minus are the residues of e to the power pt u bar at p is equal to I omega and p is equal to minus I omega respectively, whereas Rn plus, Rn minus, where n is not equals to 0, are the residues of the same function, that means e to the power pt into u bar at p equals to I pi n C by L and p equals to minus I pi n C by L respectively. So, if you calculate the residues, so R0 plus, it becomes this, which you can see in this slide. The first expression gives the residue of e to the power pt into u bar at the point p is equal to I omega, and the second expression, it gives the residue of the function e to the power pt into u bar at the point p is equal to minus I omega. And after simplification, the value of R0 plus R0 minus becomes this, which you can see in the last line of this slide. And the similar way we can find the value of Rn plus, this is the residue of the function e to the power pt into u bar at the point p is equal to n pi C by L into I. So, the residues are calculated here using Cauchy's residue theorem, and this is the simplification which is done in the next line. So, after simplification, the residue becomes Rn plus plus Rn minus, its value is, which is given here, 2a omega Cl by omega square L square minus n square pi square by C square sin n pi x by L into sin n pi Ct by L. Therefore, the required solution of the given differential equation is this: u x t equals to, this is the residue at p is equal to plus minus I omega, that means this is R0 plus plus R0 minus, and this is the expression for Rn plus plus Rn minus. So, in this way we can find the solution of wave equation, where the initial condition is homogeneous and the boundary condition is non-homogeneous. Thus, in module 2 of chapter 7, we have learned how to find solution of heat equation and wave equation using Laplace transformation. The Laplace transformation can be applied to find solution of other differential equation which are linear. Not only that, this transformation can be applied to find solution of integral equation and difference equation. Now we end this module.